The airport was buzzing with the usual chaos, but today, something was different. A woman, seemingly ordinary, walked through the terminal. Her name was Admiral Jessica Evans, a decorated Navy SEAL, but today she was just Jane Doe, part of a high-stakes undercover operation. Her mission was simple: test the security of a major international airport. But nobody, not even the TSA agents she was about to encounter, knew the storm that was brewing. As Jessica approached the security checkpoint, she noticed the agents seemed a bit on edge. One particular agent, a man named Miller, had a reputation for being overly aggressive. He eyed her suspiciously as she placed her belongings in the plastic bins. She had a small, nondescript carry-on, nothing that should raise any red flags. But Miller seemed determined to find something. "Ma'am, step aside for a random screening," he barked, his voice dripping with authority. Jessica complied calmly, her years of training keeping her expression neutral. This was part of the test. She knew the protocols, what was allowed and what wasn't. Miller began his search, his movements rough and unprofessional. He tossed her clothes around, showing no respect for her property. "What's in here?" he demanded, pointing to a small sealed container inside her bag. It was a decoy, designed to look suspicious, but ultimately harmless. "It's just personal care items," Jessica replied, her voice steady. Miller scoffed. "We'll be the judge of that," he sneered. His partner, a younger agent named Davis, looked uncomfortable. He tried to intervene, suggesting they follow standard procedure, but Miller waved him off. The situation escalated quickly. Miller, frustrated at finding nothing illegal, became more and more aggressive. He started making invasive comments, his questions bordering on harassment. Jessica remained a stone wall, her composure unshakable. She documented every protocol breach, every unprofessional remark. This wasn't just about finding security gaps. It was about exposing misconduct. Then Miller crossed a line. "I don't trust this." "We're going to need a full strip search," he declared, a smug look on his face. The other travelers in line gasped. Agent Davis stepped forward again. "Sir, that's completely against protocol." "We have no grounds for that," he argued, his voice firm but respectful. Miller turned on him, his face red with anger. "Are you questioning my authority, Agent?" Jessica knew this was the critical moment. She could reveal her identity now and end this, but her mission was to see how far this would go. She needed to know if the system could correct itself. She looked at Davis, a silent plea in her eyes, testing his integrity. Would he back down to a bully, or would he stand for what was right? Davis stood his ground. He calmly contacted his supervisor, explaining the situation without embellishment. He reported Miller's attempts to bypass protocol and his insistence on an unwarranted and invasive search. The supervisor, a woman named Captain Hayes, immediately came down to the checkpoint. She was a no-nonsense leader who valued procedure and professionalism above all else. Captain Hayes listened to both Miller and Davis, her expression unreadable. She then turned to Jessica. "Ma'am, I apologize for my officer's behavior. Agent Miller's request is a serious breach of our standards." Miller protested, but Hayes silenced him with a single glare. She then escorted Jessica to a private room to properly and respectfully inspect the container, which, of course, contained nothing more than lotion. Back at the checkpoint, Captain Hayes confronted Miller. "Your conduct was unacceptable, Officer Miller. You are suspended, pending a full investigation." Miller was stunned into silence, his arrogance finally crumbling. Captain Hayes then turned to Davis. "Agent Davis, you did the right thing. You upheld our code of conduct under pressure. You have a bright future here." With the immediate situation resolved, it was time for Jessica to complete her mission. She politely asked Captain Hayes for a moment of her time in private. Once they were in a secure office, Jessica revealed her true identity. She presented her credentials. and the look on Captain Hayes' face was a mixture of shock and dawning realization. "Admiral Jessica Evans, Navy SEALs," Jessica stated calmly. "I'm leading a national security audit. What happened today was part of that test." She debriefed Captain Hayes on the entire operation, detailing every single violation committed by Miller and commending the integrity shown by Agent Davis. Hayes was mortified but professional. She assured the Admiral that she would implement immediate and sweeping changes to training and oversight. The results of Admiral Evans's undercover operation sent shockwaves through the entire Transportation Security Administration. Miller was ultimately dismissed, and his case became a powerful training example of what not to do. Agent Davis, on the other hand, was promoted and became a key figure in developing new training programs focused on de-escalation, professionalism, and respecting passenger rights. The story of the undercover admiral became a legend within the agency. It served as a stark reminder that every person, regardless of their appearance, deserves respect, and that true security lies not in intimidation, but in diligence, integrity, and adherence to the rule of law. Admiral Evans's mission was a resounding success. She didn't just find flaws in the system. She found a hero within it and sparked a movement for positive change, ensuring that the rights and dignity of travelers would be protected. This incident proved that one person's courage, whether it's an undercover admiral or a junior agent standing up to a superior, can make all the difference. It's a powerful lesson in leadership and integrity. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible real-life accounts. See you in the next video.